a recent article in The Cut featured this woman. She was looking for advice. She's about to move into a house with her boyfriend. His mama
You danced so hard out here that you were out of breath.
Sweater dress,
You were
girl.
giving it to her.
Big girl, move it.
She got her cardio in.
But the question is, before they move in, he wants her to sign a prenup. Now, they're not married. They're just boyfriend, girlfriend. He wants her to sign a prenup. It was drafted by his attorney, and it's extended beyond cohabitating together. It's also, it'll run into the fact that once they get married. I think in certain relationships, and you know if you're coming up, that you need to make them sign an NDA. Because I don't care
NDA stand
whether you,
non-disclosure agreement.
I don't care whether you on television or not. If you know you coming up in the world and things are happening, because you notice how now all of a sudden, like Jessica Simpson and all of them are writing these books and they telling their side of the story and everything. Possibly if they had an NDA, they couldn't do that. Because that can ruin your brand. Somebody making false, not saying what she's saying is false.
But just in general.
But your perspective is different, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it could really hurt your brand. It could hurt, you as a person.
Great point. So if you're
might
doing
consider
prenups
that.
or agreements contractually before moving in together, maybe before going into a serious relationship, you should consider an NDA.
Yeah. I mean, I'm just saying, I have one. I made
It's
James
not going to
sign
stand.
You did?
Yes.
Wait, whoa. You made James sign one?
Yeah. Because the NDA isn't for him. It's because the people around him. See what I'm saying?
Question.
So, what were you
Question. You wrote a book. Should we have signed an NDA?
Yeah, you should have.
That's why she's saying it. That's why. She just put us a warning out there.
Yeah.
But the warning for us is a little too late.
But
Not for me.
I didn't say anything bad. No, you're not in the book yet. Because that's
she said
another
yes.
chapter.
Yeah.
But I did not say anything defamatory about you. You know what I mean? I wouldn't do that. So that's what I'm saying. It depends on the person, too.
Yeah.
You get with a person, I know James isn't going to, she a freak. And like, yes, I am.
But you know what? That was my
though.
misconception about prenups. So I was so defensive about no prenups. Why would you plan your divorce before you even get married? And then I recognized that I think the reason for me personally why I think prenups are good at this point is because it actually brings peace. And it actually sends a message on both sides. One, I don't want your money, and two, you're not going to have my money. And it actually brings peace between both sides.
Yeah.
So I think it's smart.
And another big thing people don't think about, and I only saying this jumping off of what you said, is you're like, I have money now, so yes, I believe in prenups. I made the big mistake of not having a prenup because I didn't have money when I got married, which means I didn't look at what I could be. I was looking at what I could be then. What
you were.
Yes, what I was. And so just remember, if you're coming up, if you're working, you're never, if you're as ambitious as we are up here at this table, you are never going to be where you are right then. So always protect yourself in the future.
Protect your future.
Smart.
That's
Great
right.
advice.
A user on Reddit recently decided to vent, posting, just because someone else has it worse doesn't mean your problems don't matter.
Oh.
They added that, yes, it's good to have different perspectives, but at the same time, we don't know what people are going through. So do you guys agree? I think there's definitely this thing where, you're going through something and people's way of consoling you is but at least, right, and you're like, yeah, I hear you.
I think it's important to say why you're having the conversation. I think to establish that when you're talking to somebody,
I see what you're saying.
hey, I need to vent. I don't need you to console me. I don't need you to make me feel better. I don't need you to tell me what I'm not even looking for an answer or a solution. So I think it's important to say that before you even have these conversations so that then the person you're having it with can know where we going with this.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it can stop them from offending you.
So I saw something on Reddit that caught my attention. A user asked, what's a bad habit that you've stopped recently? And with responses varying from unnecessary spending to biting nails to even drugs. I wanted to know if you ladies have stopped anything that was a bad habit recently.
Well, I started making my bed before I get up.
You did?
That's
nice. That makes your room look so good when you walk back in.
On a psychological level, Tam, isn't that something that actually gets your day off started well?
Yes, because you're setting affirmations for your day, actually, when you're making your bed. Did you know that?
And I be stretching and stuff, and I be like,
What is it?
It just means you're setting up your day. You're starting it clean, fresh.
It gives your day structure, they say.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
I stopped cracking my big toe.
Well,
that's my bad habit.
Why
y'all know
are
I had a crazy
that? It's
Is it a bad habit?
It is.
nothing.
It's a bad habit, especially if you have a bunion. And I've talked about this. Because if you keep cracking it, it actually makes it hurt worse. And your bunion can get bigger. So now I have this little toe machine. I'm doing Pilates now. And you actually spread the big... Y'all think I'm playing. Just look it up.
You got a toe machine?
Yes, it's a toe machine that spreads your big toes. Jeannie, you even said my bunions look better.
Wait,
you
you're
said
doing
that.
Pilates or your bunions are doing Pilates?
I'm doing
Wait, on
Pilates
the real?
and my bunions.
Her bunion looks really slim and popping lately.
I'm telling you.
It really does.
Our next guest is not only one of my dear friends, but she's a talented actress and a New York Times best-selling author. Please welcome my girl, Grace Byers.
You're shooting a new Amazon show
Yes.
in New York. How does it feel to be back in our city?
You from New York?
I did my 15 years. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
We count her.
Yeah, you know, it was a love-hate relationship for me.
I understand.
You know what I mean? So, you know, New York was during that time I was in a bit of a tumultuous relationship and, you know, pounding the pavement as a starving artist. And also there was a big event that happened where I got hit by a truck.
What?
Oh, no.
You're on your
Physically,
body.
yeah. I can't tell you where the truck hit me because I just remember seeing the walking sign and then like being on the floor.
Oh my God.
And I had bruises, I mean, as black as this table, you know? And I didn't break anything, thank God, but, you know, it was one of those events
traumatic.
that it was very traumatic. And so, you know, I associated just that with New York.
Yeah.
So I was a little on the
Sketch.
fence, you know what I mean? But this is what life is about. It's about taking these experiences and then moving them and then saying, hey, listen, this is where I am. This is what I've learned. This doesn't have to be my experience
Exactly.
time around.
How has it been
You know
this
what I
time?
mean?
Yeah.
Our next guests are not only a husband and wife duo, but they are also very talented artists who are now documenting their relationship and life for all for us to see in their new reality show. Please welcome Waka Flocka and Tammy Rivera Flame.
You've been really open about therapy and how it's changed your life. I heard that. Yeah, that's so amazing. I actually heard that you want to become a psychologist yourself.
Yeah, because a lot of kids coming from like where I come from, they actually need it. Like a lot of us don't got that big brother, that dad, that coach. That's why a lot of us rely on sports because them coaches become our father and our older brother. Like a lot of people don't understand that. And I think for me, at the age of 33, I think God showed me exactly what I need to do. And money ain't the motive because I had all the money.